If you could have only one watch,
there can be only one.
if that watch was created by a genius company,
The last was Seiko, a Japanese princess. Her father, Masamune, a genius, made this for me in 593 BC. It is the only one of its kind.
if that company made all the other companies lose their temper during the quartz crisis,
Never lose your temper. If your head comes away from your neck, it's over.
yes, that company would be Seiko. The story of Seiko began in 1881, when a 21-year-old entrepreneur, Kintaro Hattori, opened a shop selling and repairing watches and clocks in central Tokyo. Just 11 years later, in 1892, he established the Seikosha factory. And the rest is history. So hi and welcome on the Hands-on Time. So the topic of today is about the Seiko 5, a wonderful watch from the Seiko company. The cost, how much did I pay for this watch? Well, for this watch I paid something like under 200 euros, okay, on Creation Watches, for a made in Japan Seiko 5. As you can see, this is a made in Japan Seiko 5. The specs. What are the specs for this watch? Well, this watch, I know the specs by heart. The specs would be 42 millimeters for the case, okay, case size 42 millimeters. The bandwidth will be 20. The thickness of the case is wonderful. It's something like 11 point something, okay, so wonderful thickness, stands really well on the wrists. What else can I say? Stainless steel, okay, brushed. Absolutely brushed, fully brushed bracelet, okay. The case also is stainless steel. You have a stainless steel clasp type of system, well finished, okay, with the Japan connotation in here because it's a made in Japan, okay. What else can I say? You have a see-through case back inside with the wonderful 7S26C inside. C stands for I think the period where it was made. You know, you have A, B, C. It's just the batch, okay. And you have also on this watch anyway a day-date complication, okay. I'm trying to focus here. Yeah, a day-date complication. So the first position would be for the days. This is a Japan version, so you have Arabic days, okay, because the Japanese version is it's well known. It's really appreciated by the Arabic world, okay. The Japanese version of Seikos are going on the Saudi Arabia, Yemen, etc. You know, all the Hijaz and rich Arab countries are, you know, actually purchasing their Seikos from Japan directly. Okay, and if you go the other way around, you will have the numbers. Okay, the numbers of the days. So there you go. So absolutely automatic, no hand winding system, okay, on this watch, and you have a 50-meter water resistance. As you can see, 50 meter of water resistant, automatic, 21 joules movement, and the made in Japan connotation on the downside of the dial. So it's an all black, beautiful Seiko 5. The good and the bad. What's good, what's bad about this watch? Well, everything's good about a Seiko 5. I mean, this watch is truly an institution. My grandfather had one. My father had one. Many, in fact. And my first like true automatic watch was this one. Was a Seiko 5. So there's only good things about the Seiko 5. I have nothing to say about Seiko. Seiko is a wonderful company, if not my favorite. Okay. So I have nothing else but praise about Seiko. Seiko is a wonderful company. About this particular watch, the only thing I would say that would maybe be something that you would consider when you would choose your first Seiko, it would be the movement. You know, this movement, the 7S26 is a wonderful movement, but does not have a hand winding system. So you're not able, you know, to hand wind it. That's the only trouble. If I had to choose again, I would choose a watch with the rotor, okay, to charge the spring, but also the hand winding system. That's the only thing. But that being said, the 7S26 is wonderful, okay? You just take it, you activate it by rotating it like this, you know, and boom, it goes. And just by simply putting it on your wrist, it will charge wonderfully, okay? It's a system that works wonderfully, but just keep in mind, you don't have a hand winding system, okay? No hand winding possibilities on this watch. So this is the only, you know, bad things I would have to say about this watch. Everything else is wonderful, you know? So yeah, that's it for the good and the bad. How do I wear this watch? Well, I wear this watch in any occasion, and that's one of the quality of a Seiko 5. It's really easy to answer that question. Any occasion, okay? Suit, casual chic, casual. This watch goes with everything. That could be your only watch. That could be the watch you would wear any other day, you know? I mean, this watch, the versatility of this watch is legend, you know, quite simply. And there you go for the wrist shot. Okay, so as you can see, my wrist is after the bone, 17 centimeter of circumference, and it wears wonderfully. Like I said, 11, okay, 11 millimeters of thickness. You see, it stands beautifully. Okay. I was wearing some bracelets. That's some bracelet that I had before. Don't be afraid. I'm not transforming into a snake. So the sides. Okay, the sides. Beautiful. Really, the Seiko 5 stands beautifully, and you won't regret it. If you don't have one, just go and buy yourself a Seiko 5. They are wonderful, versatile watches. So there you go for the wrist shot. Let's go and take a lume shot. So as you can see, the lume on this watch is crazy. You have a wonderful lume applied. Seiko does lume that has nothing to envy to the other brands. Watch that lume. It's powerful. It's absolutely well applied. A wonderful lume the Seiko 5 has. At least mine, you know. My Japanese version is really, really, really well done when it comes to the question of the lume. As you can see, powerful lume. There you go for the lume. So guys, let's take a moment. The logo, the date complication, the text, the sides, no sign crown on this one, the other side, the bracelet, brushed, the interior. You see the rotor works super well. Okay, the wonderful 7S26 inside. Okay, the made in Japan connotation. So I'm not gonna enter into the the debate of mine is made in Japan, yours is made in Malaysia, mine is better because it's made in Japan, okay? I'm sure that like the Malaysian watches are wonderful as well. They have the Seiko quality controls and it's okay. But I will say just one thing, okay, about that topic, is that if you know something about the Japanese way of living and way of doing things, Japanese are truly like freaks, absolute freaks of quality control. So I would prefer to have a watch that comes out of a Japanese factory than a Malaysian factory. I'm not saying that I'm never going to buy a Malaysian one, but for me, okay, only for me, I tend to like to having some Seiko watches that are made in Japan. Okay, my father loved to have his watches from Japan. My grandfather as well. You know, I mean, this is just what we do. I love to have mine from Japan. That's all. Okay, I'm not saying that the Malaysian one aren't good. So yeah, that's it for the moment. Final thoughts. So what do I think about this watch? My final thoughts are easy. Go for it. You know, if you don't have a Seiko 5, every watch collector has a Seiko 5. If you're on the market for an all-around watch, you know, if you're the type of one watch guy, go and grab a Seiko 5. You know, it's affordable and it's versatile. You know, this watch you could wear with a suit, you could wear in casual times, casual chic times, anytime, you know. So yeah, my final thoughts are just, you know, go for it. It's wonderful, agreeable to wear, it feels wonderful on the wrist, feels wonderful when you have it. Yeah, Seiko is a wonderful brand. I mean, if not like the best brand on the market for in terms of value. They created the spring drive movement, you know, with in the Grand Seiko company, and for me, okay, for me, this is the best movement in the world. The spring drive movement from Grand Seiko is the best movement in the world. Period. For me, okay, that's my opinion. I'm sure people would say, hey, wait, you have the Switzerland movement, the ETA, and the Valjoux, and yeah, but like. Technologically speaking, I think that the Japanese are way more advanced than the Swiss. Okay, so that concludes the video. Like, subscribe, comment. Okay, if you want to help the channel, you have a TP link in the description, and I'll leave you with that picture. Goodbye.